A big welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching in? I'm sorry I'm late for like how many minutes, 9 minutes in there for you, but all in all it doesn't really keep us away from bringing you the news that is happening in there in the camp of Manchester United. This is the Manchester United Matters channel, and I go by the names of RD to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. By tomorrow this time, we would have already gotten the result between Manchester United and Aston Villa, because the game is happening at around because it's at Old Trafford. That's what you should know in there. The game is at Old Trafford and it's happening at 22 close to, is it 23 hours in there. That's where the game is happening in there between Manchester United and Aston Villa. So around this time we'll have already known the result between Manchester United and Aston Villa. Remember, the winner between Manchester United and Aston Villa plays a side which goes by the names plays a side which goes by names of Middlesbrough in there for you, and that's what is really going to happen. This is the most interesting part of it, that when you win against Aston Villa, when we United win against Aston Villa, we are going to be facing a side which goes by the names of Middlesbrough in there. So it shows you that there have been 64 teams, now there are 32. After 32, after playing Middlesbrough, that means you are really going to play, you are going on the quarter-final in there, because after winning against Aston Villa, probably win against Aston Villa, we go on and win against Middlesbrough. Those will be 16 teams left. That means 8 will be knocked out and 8 will be going to the quarterfinal. So I've been reading a quote from my friend in there. She's really a very good United fan in there. She's called Aish in there, and she was saying that this is what she tweeted. She said, what is her tweet? She said, so Manchester United will be facing Middlesbrough once we dispatch Aston Villa tomorrow. The FA is our best chance to end our best chance of ending 5 years without a silverware. So hopefully the players bring it to the table against Villa in there. But I really came ahead and told him that the only trophies that Manchester United will ever win and feel we are back are Premier League and Champions League, and the rest are bonuses in there. So to me, we feel like this is not even a silverware to Manchester United. In the condition we are into, we've spent very many years without winning the Premier League or the Champions League in there. So I really feel like if there is any chance of Manchester United to go in and really win anything and we celebrate it, that should be a Champions League or a Premier League. But the others, even if we don't win them, but we better win a Premier League or a Champions League. I think our focus should be more onto that than really going in and really looking at things like FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Don't really like such. If Man City is saying that, it's okay, because for them, they've been winning the Premier League, they've won the Carabao Cup, they were on the Champions League final in last year in there, and they were beaten by Chelsea. You get? So to me, I will feel like teams like Liverpool should be having that narrative in there, because at least for them, they've won a Champions League, they've won a Premier League in there. But United, where we are, we don't need FA Cups, because we won an FA Cup against Louis van Gaal, he was sacked. We won a UEFA Europa League with Jose Mourinho, he was sacked. Reason is, even the board knows that that's not our level. Our level is going ahead to win trophies like the Premier League, you get? The Premier League, Champions League. Those are the two trophies that we should do and should be yearning to see to it that Manchester United really goes in and win in there. So from the FA Cup game that is really going to take place today in there, that is at Old Trafford in there, and after that game it's going to be a double sunda in there, because United will be going to Villa Park over the weekend to play in there. That's one of the worst destinations for Manchester United. Even during those days of Sir Alex Ferguson, we used really to go on and really fumble in there. It was very hard for United to go in and Villa Park and get 3 points in there. We almost lost all the games and drew with some in there. So it looks like these two games are really crucial, and United really needs to go ahead and win them in there, because the way they are lined up, you have to win in here, because Man City is playing Chelsea and Arsenal is playing Tottenham Hotspur. So the best way to put yourself back into the top 4 race competition is by winning this game against Villa, and at least you reduce some more 3 points, because trust me, Chelsea and Arsenal are really having bigger chances of losing those games in there. Man City has an edge over Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur has an edge over Arsenal, because Arsenal lost 4 players to the AFCON: Aubameyang, Pepe, Elneny, and most importantly, Thomas Partey. He's no longer an Arsenal. He's no longer into the Arsenal camp until the AFCON is done. And Thomas Partey might return very late, because when you look at the AFCON, it's ending on the 9th of February, and you never know where Ghana is really going to stop in there. So what does this show you? Arsenal are really vulnerable. That's why you've seen them today losing to a team which goes by names of Nottingham Forest in there. They've lost to Nottingham Forest. That really gives you a point. Sorry, my microphone has been far. I know most of you have not been hearing me very well, but I've really brought it close. It has been far away from me, but I've brought it close, and I think now you're going to hear me more better. Now, Manchester United has a good golden chance in there. Chelsea is playing a side which goes by the names of Man City. And when you look at people are really coming out and making an argument of Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City having concentrated or consolidated the top 3 positions, of which I don't really believe. When you look at the Premier League table, Chelsea has 43 points, Liverpool has 42. You get when Liverpool wins by 45. Now I'm mining at Chelsea has 43 after playing 21 games. When Arsenal wins its game in hand, it will be at 38. That means the point difference between Arsenal and Man City will be 5 points. And Manchester United is having 2 games less than a team which goes by the names of Chelsea. And if at all United goes ahead to win these 2 games, it will be at 37 points in there. That means United will be 6 points behind Chelsea. And if at all United goes ahead to win its game against Villa and Chelsea loses its game against Man City, that means Manchester United will be just 3 points behind City. So I really rule out anyone who really comes and tells us that top 4 positions, the three positions have been taken away by Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. The only sure position is that of Man City, because I really feel like Man City are really running away with the trophy in there. But the second position, 3rd and 4th are all available, and you guys are really going to get shocked. By the time we reach March, you're going to see to it that the top 7 from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all those teams will be able to be competing for that top 3 positions after the top team which goes by names of Man City, because there is really going to be loads and loads of games, and you're really going to see which team is coming in to show its energy in there, and we will wait and see in there. So that's how crucial these games are. The game against Aston Villa is very crucial, and we really played very bad against a side which goes by the names of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we lost. We played badly against Newcastle. So those 5 points that we lost have really done us bad, because we needed to win all of those games. We needed to win all of those games in there if at all we are really, because if at all we had won those 2 games, when you see the 31 points that we're having as Manchester United, would have been at 36 points in there, and we'll be having 2 games in hand, and Chelsea would have been 7 points ahead of us, and us winning those 2 games in hand would have been just a point behind behind Chelsea in there. So we really buffered it up, but I pray we don't buffer it up against Aston Villa into this double sword. And by the way, for me, we rather lose the game at Old Trafford and win the one at Villa Park, because winning the one at Old Trafford is useless if at all you lose at Villa Park. You get? I think it's better we win that game at Villa Park, because I don't really fancy FA Cup, but being into the Champions League is really paramount for Manchester United in there. I know most of you will say that I really need the silverware for Manchester United, like what Irish has been saying. To me, I will feel like I don't buy that. I really feel like it's not better than us going into the Champions League after finishing into the top 4 positions of the Premier League. So we jet into the transfer news in there. There is Zakaria. News is coming in from Switzerland in there. Remember, Zakaria is a Swiss who plays for the Switzerland national team. And news have come in here indicating that United have made a bid for Dennis Zakaria, and a bid of £5 million has been submitted in there. But before we go to that story, let's first go into and tackle the Harry Maguire coming out and talking lots of things in there, relating himself, putting lots of relevances on Rio Ferdinand, Sir Alex Ferguson, Wayne Rooney in there, and Nemanja Vidic in there. So one thing that he really said that really showed me that Harry Maguire doesn't know where he's playing, and he doesn't really fancy, he doesn't know which team he's playing for and the level at which United is. Harry Maguire has come out and said that he would have signed anywhere. He has said lots of things in there, but that is disrespecting our shirt. You would have signed anywhere? Who would you come and tell that? Harry Maguire. Who would you come and tell that? That you would have signed anywhere? You would have gone anywhere. That means you are not here to play for the shirt. You are not a supporter of Manchester United. You get? And your words today have really come out and betrayed you, Mr. Harry Maguire. You are not playing for the shirt. You say you would have signed elsewhere. That's something that really took me off. And I asked myself, how come a player who is the captain, if I told it to a player like Bruno Fernandes or David De Gea or Paul Pogba, it would have been okay. Do you know what it means by your captain to come out and explain how much he loves your team by coming out and saying that he would have signed anywhere else? Oh my God, that is something that I really can't even hold for a second, because it really comes out and indicates that you don't know the club you are playing for. You don't know the club you're playing for, Mr. Harry Maguire. Shame upon you. Shame upon you, because you don't know the club you're playing for. This is the biggest club in English history. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. You get? You name the biggest clubs in the world, one of them, Manchester United, is among the top 5. So your mentality has not yet grown to a level of being a Manchester United captain to coming out and do an interview and tell us that you would have signed anywhere. Who forced you to come to Manchester United? And you would have even been able to thank Manchester United, because you would have been playing at Leicester City, because no one would have paid 80 million shillings in there. Go ahead and thank Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, thank Ed Woodward for going in for you, because they like English talent in there. But in that money that we bought you, we would have gotten 2 good quality centre backs in there who are really better than you in there. But you coming out there and flaunt yourself as a captain of Manchester United who says that he would have signed anywhere, that's really bad. It's something that you should even come out and apologize about. You should be regretting doing that interview and what you said, because that's not what a Manchester United captain is supposed to say. Shame upon you, Harry Maguire. Shame upon you. You can't really come out and tell us that you would have signed anywhere. You're the captain of Manchester United. You give us that as a reason of not performing well and putting up poor performances in there, that the team is putting up poor performances. We all as a team, we are really trying hard to come in and really do the needful. That's out. That's trash. Harry Maguire, Mr. Harry Maguire, please don't ever come out and really represent our club like that. This is what comes out and confirms that you aren't fit to be a Manchester United captain, because a Manchester United captain does not say that. He doesn't really come out and really do that in there. You get? So don't come out and, how can I even call it? Because I feel like insulting you more. I feel like giving your mouth that really release such words, another statement in there that will really see you perverted. So I really feel like, Harry Maguire, you are doing things that you aren't supposed to be doing. You rather keep quiet sometimes because however much the fans really called for you in there, why would you come out and really say this? I really want to read this statement before I really go into the Zakaria story, because I really felt like he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. You would have signed elsewhere. Oh my God. A captain of Manchester United. You are not supposed to say that. You are supposed to say that I'm here at the club, I love it, and I signed for this club because I loved it. Not that you would have signed anywhere. Or else you would have come out and said that, all right, I love this club, that's why I signed for it. In there. You get? But don't come out and express yourself at a level of saying that you would have signed anywhere. You would have brought it in another way in there. You get? Harry Maguire said, in his own words, this is what he said: I came here to win titles. I could have signed elsewhere, but I wanted to be at Manchester United and help get them back to the winning ways that the club had in the Sir Alex Ferguson era. All right, help us coming back to the winning ways. Mr. Harry Maguire, do you know how you costed us the Premier League last season? You get? Do you know how you costed us going through the group stages of the Champions League last season? You get? So don't even come out and really start to pretend that you would have signed anywhere, that you were here to see to it that you help United win titles. All right, you came here in 2019, 2020, 2021, we are starting 2022. What impact have you put in as a leader at Manchester United that you are here to help us win titles? You've done nothing, because even Phil Jones came out and ashamed you because he came out and did a better job than you. You get? That shows you that you are really dripping, you are really off the hook, you are really at a level that shouldn't be even talked about. You get? Because this is very annoying. You can't come out, Harry Maguire, and say that you would have signed anywhere. This is Manchester United. No player is bigger than Manchester United. Mr. Harry Maguire, check yourself. You get? Even if Phil Jones came out and really ashamed you, played better than you, we have 3 central defenders who are really better than you. Rafael Varane is better than you. Victor Lindelof is better than you. And Eric Bailly is better than you. And shamefully, you come out and say that you would have signed anywhere. Yet you all know that inside yourself, you know that you are not near the levels of those 3 players at Manchester United. And inside you, you know that you're not supposed to be the captain of Manchester United. You know it. You know it. This is a fact that you might admit. And if I tell Harry Maguire, I would have got off that armband, told the manager that please give it to someone else, such that I concentrate on my game. Because the best you can do for yourself to save your career is to get yourself off that pressure. Because you aren't a winner. You get? You aren't a winner. And your mentality has won nothing. You are relegated 3-4 times. Come into Leicester City. You get? Come into Manchester United. You've been at Sheffield. What do you know about winning? You shouldn't even talk about winning because you've won nothing in your entire career. What have you won? What can you present? Nothing. There is nothing you can present, Mr. Harry Maguire. Nothing. So just carve your tail and put it under your ARSA. That's what I really come and tell you, because you can't come out and spread that shit. You get? I've seen more players, the Rashfords, Freddie, coming out and really talking to the media and posting out on social media that they are not happy with what is being coming out in the media, that they are really not okay with the manager because they are being benched. Don't come out and say this. Just do one thing. Go onto the pitch and do the needful, because you are paid tens of thousands of pounds per week. Rokani here on Manchester Matters channel does not benefit from your social media platforms. I don't benefit from your money that you're paid. I don't benefit from the dividends United are making. The only happiness I have at Manchester United is it winning. So I don't want to hear anything. I only want to hear United go on a run of like 10 games unbeaten. That's what I really want to see. I don't want to see Harry Maguire coming out, putting out long posts in there, Rashford posting long stuff in there, Fred Rodriguez coming out, forcing out some English out of himself because he's not well conversant with it. You get? So I really feel like these players should know where they fall. They should know where they fall and their limits. How many players? How many players? You guys, you've been watching, you are following teams like Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona in there. How many times have these players come out and really cried up for sympathy on social media after losing these games? Because they know it's all about social media. It's all about what you put up on the pitch. Get your apology, Mr. Harry Maguire. Get your apology tomorrow or today when you're playing a team which goes by names of Aston Villa. We really want to see that you are sorry of what you've said. Do you know what you're supposed to do? Go onto that pitch, keep a clean sheet, don't be exposed, and lead that team to win that game, and let's go on a 10-match game win with your guidance as a captain. Then you'll say Harry Maguire really is doing great in there. But even if you come out and post all what you posted and do interviews in there on social media and let that information out, there is no way you're really going to look, there is no way you're going to be looked at as a player who has really changed things around at Manchester United, because on the pitch you are trash. You aren't playing the way you're supposed to be playing. So I really feel like Mr. Harry Maguire should get to know his levels, that he's at Manchester United, and what the captain of Manchester United is supposed to do. You can't come out and mourn every day. When you lose, you mourn. When you win, you jubilate. More often on social media. Why don't you keep yourself down in there? Leave social media alone and go onto the pitch and work on what the manager tells you to do. I'm 100% sure most of you are really trying to fight the manager because you feel like his system is going to throw you out. So I'm not happy with Harry Maguire. I'm not happy with Harry Maguire. Him coming out and saying that what he said. It never needed you to come out and say what you said. Why would you come up and say that? Do you think it was important? Was it called for? It wasn't at all. It wasn't. So please, Mr. Harry Maguire, please and please come out and don't lament. All issue out your thoughts that are not worthy being said by the Manchester United captain onto social media. Better go out there onto the pitch and do what you are paid for. You earn £200,000 a week. Do you think you've been at Manchester United 2019, 2020, 2021, 3 years at Manchester United? Each and every year, when you add those £200,000 a week, that's nearly £1 million per month, £12 million per year. That means you've earned close to £30 million from Manchester United ever since you came in as a player that United signed in from a side which goes by names of Leicester City, and you came in at Manchester United. Ask yourself when you're in your bed, because the best way you can give yourself the best answer right now, because I know you guys at a lovely hotel in there, the best way you can give yourself the best answer is simple. Do self-meditation. Ask yourself, have I given out all to the club that really signed me £80 million? You get? You are clocking 29 years. You are clocking 29 years. You are coming to 30 years. And you think you are really going to do anything further than 30 years at Manchester United? Please, better collect yourself up and do the needful, Mr. Harry Maguire, and help us go to a level we are supposed to be. Let's get into this story that most of you are really waiting for. It's all about Zakaria in there, a story that I'm not really going to talk about much because I feel like I'll have lots of things to talk about it tomorrow. But Basla Zitang coming in from the so-called Switzerland. Remember this player who goes by names of Dennis Zakaria hails from Switzerland in there. They've really come out and said that he has really come out and said that United have made a bid for a player who goes by the names of Zakaria in there, and United have made a £5 million bid in there for Zakaria to come in at Manchester United in there for you. That's what he has really come out and said, and very many people have really quoted him in there, and they're saying that United have really come out and paid and made a bid of £5 million in there for you. But I don't trust the source. I cannot even say that it's even in the third tier in there. But Basra Zaytang, the only reason as to why I can really go in with his news and what he has said is simple. He is coming in from Switzerland, and Zakaria came out clear and told Borussia Mönchengladbach that I'm not really going to renew my contract, and his contract is running out in the summer. And I think the best money they can get out of him is between £5 and £6 million in there. And with the urgency that United is having, the easiest option they can get is Dennis Zakaria. Sign Dennis Zakaria, bring him at Manchester United, and save our season, because him coming at Manchester United is really going to come out and save our season, because lots of things are not going the way they're supposed to be going in at Manchester United. We need a player like Zakaria to come and put us to our rescue in there to win the midfield battles, because going forward we are okay, but we need that player who is good defensively and good at passing that ball, that is really going to come up and boss the midfield in there, because it's really bad. A club that has David De Gea, one of the best goalkeepers, Rafael Varane, one of the best central defenders, Luke Shaw, one of the best left defenders in the world, Danny Van Beek, Bruno Fernandes, one of the best central attacking midfielders in the world, Jadon Sancho, one of the best right wingers in the world, Anton Martial, one of the best in there, Cavani and Ronaldo, two of the best center forwards in the world when it comes to scoring goals, and we aren't bossing these teams. And this is all about one thing that United is facing. It's the central defensive midfield, because we aren't having a player who can really come up and do the role as the way it's supposed to be played. No player we have. Nemanja Matic can no longer boss that midfield. He can't, because of his age. If at all he was in Italy or Spain, he would have been doing that, because those leagues are not physical and they are slow. You get? But come to leagues like the Premier League, where you need your physique to be high up in there. That's why even Ragnick, when he came up, he really said about the physique in there. So just know that things aren't really where they are, because we are lacking a central defensive midfielder to come in and play that role. Guys, I just pray that this story is okay, because that means if at all United have made a £5 million bid and it's really there, that means if by the end of this week United would have gotten in Zakaria, you get? Because £6 million is nothing to Manchester United right about now, because that's the player that can save the season of Manchester United. Because if he comes in, United is playing which other team next? Don't think that we'll play the game of Aston Villa. You get that at the so-called Villa Park, because I'm really counting the Premier League most. United will play Brentford on 19th. That means he can play against Brentford, he can play against West Ham, he can play against Burnley, he can play against Southampton, he can play against Leeds. You get? He can play against Watford. He can play against Watford. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Premier League games. And if at all we have him with us into that position, we can get 18 points out of these games. And by the way, even the next big game that we are having, that is against Man City, we can go at Man City and get a result, because our players can compete favorably on the same level with Man City's, but the midfield betrays us. Look at how Arsenal played. Arsenal does not have a player who plays like Zakaria, but with Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey, they managed to neutralize that midfield of a team which goes number Man City in there. So what does that show you? That Zakaria is a player that is supposed to come at Manchester United and play some minutes in there. And when he comes in at Manchester United, he's going to come up and do wonders in there. That's what we had for you in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. And just remember that even in those games, there are two that I've not mentioned either that are very crucial in there. I don't see ourselves go past Atletico Madrid when we don't have a central defensive midfielder. But when we get in a central defensive midfielder, I see ourselves winning the 23rd February game that is away in Madrid in there, because Atletico is not doing well itself, because I think they've just drawn with a team which goes by names of Villarreal in there. Remember, for us, we went in Spain and we really got Atletico. All right, they've just drawn. Yeah, they've just drawn here. They've just drawn with a side which goes by the names of Villarreal in there, and their record is really bad in there, because they lost 2-1 to Granada, they lost 2-0 to Real Madrid, they lost 2-1 to Sevilla. So their result, they lost 2-1 to Mallorca. It shows you that they are not enjoying a good run in there. So Dennis Zakaria, he's going to save our season. He comes in at Manchester United. That means our season is going to be saved in there. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you feel like Dennis Zakaria is going to come up and save our season, go into the live chat and tell me what you think about his signing. United have made a bid for Dennis Zakaria in there, and I know he is one of those signings that if at all it's true that United have really made a bid, he's really going to come up and save our season in there, because our next 6 games, if at all he plays them, we can get a maximum of 18 points before we tussle it out with Man City at the Emirates Stadium in there. And I really feel like if at all we get Zakaria, United can really go ahead and compete favorably with Man City in there, because the rest of position, okay, we have De Gea is a very good goalkeeper, Delo can play very well, Luke Shaw can play very well, Varane can play very well, alongside Lindelof in there. And you never know, if at all you bring in a central defensive midfielder like a Zakaria, you never know what's really going to happen to Harry Maguire, because he might turn into a player that we expected was supposed to be in there. Remember, when he had just come in there, he didn't really get these problems in there, because United were playing almost near to their goal. But bringing a central defensive midfielder, that means it will be very hard for the defense of Manchester United to be reached at in there. That means Zakaria will be saving the likes of Harry Maguire, because he is looking undroppable by most of the coaches. Ragnick comes in, he favors him to be that player to start in at United. So I don't know what's special with him, but all in all, I call upon for the Manchester United to really get serious onto this Zakaria deal, because we need him at Manchester United. And if at all it's true that United have made that 5 million bid, that means United are really ready to get in there. And guys, as I really sign out of this video, Roy Keane has really come out and said something about Harry Maguire. This is what Roy Keane has said. How many times has Maguire said that? Wouldn't listen too much to what Harry has to say in there. So you see, this is what I told you, that these players are so much used to go onto their social media platforms and mourn. They mourn each and every time we lose. They don't come out and really tell us the reason as to why they're losing. So that's why Captain Fantastic, who goes by the names of Roy Keane, one of the legendary captains at Manchester United, has really come out and bashed him out. He has again said, I judge a player on what he does on the football pitch, not what rubbish he comes out with about we need to stick together. You see, this is what these players are really trying to blindfold us with. That they've come out, they're feeling the pain, that's totally out. That's trash. What we want is you to go onto the pitch and do the needful. You get? I came out and said in this video, those who are really going to watch it later, you'll see it at the beginning. I really come out and said, we don't want to hear what you guys are saying. That does not benefit me as Rokani. You get? The viewer of Manchester United Matter does not benefit from what Harry Maguire comes out and says, from what Rashford has said, Freddy Rodriguez. It doesn't benefit. We benefit nothing. Our only benefit is to see you go onto the pitch and put out 100% performance that fits that shirt of Manchester United that you are putting on. Because the only way you are really going to come here and really feel like you are at the level of these other people like Roy Keane's in there, and that's, you just have to go in and put up a performance. No good performance on the pitch, no right to speak. or talk about Manchester United anywhere, either on social media, either on a TV, because you don't deserve to talk about Manchester United. Just ask yourself, do you fit the shirt of Manchester United? That's the first question you're supposed to ask yourself, because this is a team that is a winning team. Your mentality needs to change, Mr. Harry Maguire. You should know that this is one of the best clubs in the world, and you shouldn't really come out and spread your trash to us in there. This is my last video of the day. We are really going to do more tomorrow, because United is really going to come out and play a game of football against Aston Villa. Expect more videos in there. Tomorrow we are going to throw in more. I feel like wanting to do 2 or 3 lives on a daily in here, 30 minutes live. I really want to start doing them on a daily. So guys, feel free. I'm really trying to schedule up my time in there at around 13 hours. I really want to start doing one. Then I come in at 17 hours. Then at 11 hours. That's how I really want to do it in here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.